Dear students, welcome back. Today I'm going to continue our topic of transformations. And our objective for today is to learn, we're going to start rotations, to learn how to rotate a shape by 90 degrees or 180 degrees, clockwise or anti-clockwise, taking the origin as the center of rotation, so from the origin. That is going to be our objective for today. It's the first lesson on rotations, so we're going to see how to do that. We're going also to form rules so that our life might be a little bit easier. All you need to do then would be to study those rules and you will understand what's happening. But first of all, I'm going to explain how to perform these rotations by using examples, and then from the examples we'll form the rules. So let's start immediately by drawing an example. So I have the x and y axis, and we have a shape here. Let's draw the shape. This shape, which is ABC, is drawn on a grid one by one. Now, the first thing we're going to do, I'm going to rotate ABC by 90 degrees clockwise from the origin. So I'm going to copy that shape because I'm going to need it further on. Let me do this. Okay, so I'm going to rotate the shape ABC 90 degrees from the origin. So each point has to turn clockwise by 90 degrees from the point which is the origin. So how am I going to do that? I'm going to use first in this example to explain, before we have the rules, I'm going to use a ruler and a protractor. So I'm going to have my ruler. I'm going to place the ruler on the 0, and I'm going to rotate the ruler until it lies on A. Right, and there it lies on A. If I draw a dotted line here, I'm going to draw a dotted line from there to there. Okay, because I'm going to use that line. As you have seen, I've got that line. Now I need my protractor. I'm going to center the protractor, and I'm going to turn it until the 0 angle lies on A. Alright, so slide. Okay, and that lies on A. Okay, let me enlarge this. So point A lies here. So if I rotate A by 90 degrees, let me enlarge a little bit more. If I rotate point A by 90 degrees, it will be here. As we're seeing, this is the coordinate 1 minus 2. So let me remove this. Point A is this point here, and that is A. Let's find where B would lie. So I'm going to place the protractor again. Alright, so this is B. I'm going to rotate this until the 0 lies on B. Okay, the 0 lies on B. As we can see, let me enlarge this as much as possible. B is here. Rotating B by 90 degrees, B becomes here. So this coordinate here, 1 minus 5, will be point B. So I'm going to remove a little bit this. So 1 minus 5 is going to be coordinate B. Let's see what happens to C. So again, I'm going to place my protractor. I'm going to turn it around so that the 0 now lies on C. The 0 lies on C. And I'm going to try and enlarge this as much as possible. Okay, so let's see, because we have the 90-degree angle here. Okay, so this is C. If I rotate C by 90 degrees, C comes here. This is the coordinate 3 minus 5. So that is the coordinate 3 minus 5. 3 minus 5. This is C. So rotating ABC by 90 degrees will get these new coordinates. Let's see a little bit. Let's draw the triangle. There is not a triangle. So A, B, and C. Alright? So let's notice what has happened, because this is very important. So we had our original shape ABC, which had coordinates 2, 1, 5, 1, and 5, 3. When we rotated our triangle, rotation 90 degrees clockwise about the origin, that was our center of rotation. Point A became the point 1 minus 2. So A became 1, minus 2. B became the point 1 minus 5. And C became the point 3 minus 5. So what would we notice when we try to move from here to here? Because that is the rule. So to 1 became minus 1, 2. 2 1 became 1 minus 2. 5 1 became 1 minus 5. And 5 3 became 3 minus 5. As we can see, the x and y coordinates have been swapped. What was x became y. What was y became x. So the x and y coordinates are swapped. And also, the sign of the y coordinate has been changed. So the rule is swap x and y coordinates, then change the sign of the y coordinate. Change the sign of the y coordinate. So that is our first rule. It's very important, okay? If you remember the rule, then you can work out any problem without any difficulty. For example, if I have the point 10, minus 14, and I need to rotate that point 90 degrees clockwise from the origin, my result will be swap coordinates, so minus 14, 10, then change sign of y coordinate. So the result would be minus 14 minus 10. Okay, so this is rotation 90 degrees clockwise from the origin. Now let's see what happens when we do the same thing, but this time rotate by 90 degrees anti-clockwise from the origin. So I'm going to use the same diagram we used before. So we're going to rotate triangle ABC 90 degrees anti-clockwise about the origin. Right, that is going to be our aim this time. So I'm going to do the same thing which I did in the previous example. So first of all, I'm going to draw a line. The other example I used the ruler. This time I'm not going to use the ruler because this is simpler. I'm going to draw the line from the origin to one of the coordinates. It doesn't matter which one. It doesn't matter. Then I'm going to use the protractor. Okay. I'm going to rotate the protractor until the 0 lies on A, and as we can see here, the 0 lies exactly on A. Now, alright, it lies on A, okay. So, A rotated 90 degrees anti-clockwise, this is 90 degrees. So from 2, 1, A will be on minus 1, 2. A will be on minus 1, 2. So this is A. This is A on minus 1, 2. Let's do the same with B and with C. So now some of you might have already noticed what's going to happen. Okay, so that was A. I'm going to rotate this until the 0 lies on B. Here the 0 lies on B. I'm going to enlarge this a little bit. Okay, so that you can see the 90 degrees. So I have here, this is the 90 degrees angle. B is here. If I rotate B by 90 degrees anti-clockwise, from 5, 1, it will become minus 1, 5. Minus 1, 5. So B is minus 1, 5. I'm going to do the same with C. So I'm going to place again my protractor. Alright, I'm going to place 0 on C. This time that is 0 on C, and enlarge the protractor so that you can see it well. So what do I have here? This is C. If I rotate C by 90 degrees, C rotated by 90 degrees will be here. This is the point minus 3, 5. So I'm going to move that to minus 3, 5. That is C. I'm going to draw the shape. This time, this shape has been rotated by 90 degrees anti-clockwise about the origin. So let's see what has happened. So our original coordinates, triangle ABC, had coordinates 2, 1, 5, 1, and 5, 3. They have been rotated by 90 degrees. 90 degrees anti-clockwise from the origin. My coordinates became A, which is minus 1. I've got a mistake here, minus 1, 2. Let me arrange this. A is minus 1, 2. There's a small mistake there. That is A. Draw the triangle again. Okay, so A is the coordinate now minus 1, 2. B is the coordinate minus 1, 5. And C is the coordinate minus 3, 5. So let's see what happened from here to here, and that is our rule. So as we can see, 2, 1 became minus 1, 2, 5, 1 became minus 1, 5, and 5, 3 became minus 3, 5. We swap the coordinates. So swap coordinates. And then what did we do? We changed the sign of x coordinate of x coordinate. So now, knowing this, we can do this without using any protractor and any ruler and anything else. Just learn the rule. For example, if we have the point minus 10, minus 4, and we need to rotate this by 90 degrees anti-clockwise from the origin, our result would be swap coordinates, so minus 4, minus 10, then change the sign of the x coordinate, that's positive, so it will become plus 4 minus 10. Okay, so that is a rotation of 90 degrees anti-clockwise about the origin. Our last rotation is a rotation of 180 degrees. So let us see this. So we have our shape. I'm going to use the same triangle for ease of purpose. Okay, so I'm going to rotate triangle ABC by 180 degrees from the origin. Note that these are all from the origin because in our next lesson we're going to see what happens when we're not rotating from the origin. Okay, so I have the shape rotation 180 degrees. Now again, as I did in the other example, alright, I'm going to draw a line from one of the coordinates. I'm choosing A to the origin. I'm going to use the protractor as I did the other examples. I'm going to place my protractor on the origin and I'm going to rotate it until 0 lies on A. Alright, 0 lies on A. I'm going to enlarge this a little bit. Okay, so as we can see, A is going to be rotated now by a whole 180 degrees. So if A is on 2, 1, rotated by 180 degrees, it comes on minus 2, minus 1. So let me write it down. A is minus 2, minus 1. That is A. Let's not make mistakes. I'm going to do the same thing for B and the same thing for C. So now I'm going to move this. Okay, rotate until the 0 lies on B. Okay, so let's see what happens when B is rotated. I'm going to enlarge this. B is going to be rotated by 180 degrees. So, rotating B by 180 degrees, we will arrive here. So, B, which was 5, 1, will be minus 5, minus 1. So, that's minus 5, minus 1. That's B. I'm going to do the same thing with C. I'll move this here. Okay, rotate until 0 lies on C. Okay, I'm going to rotate C by 180 degrees. We'll see what happens. Rotating C by 180 degrees. C arrives there, and that is the point minus 5, minus 3. So that is the point minus 5, minus 3. This should be C. Okay, I'm going to draw the triangle ABC. We'll see what has happened. Alright, so our original shape was 2, 1, 5, 1, and 5, 3. We did a rotation of 180 degrees about the origin. And our image became ABC minus 2, minus 1, minus 5, minus 1, and minus 5, minus 3. As we can see from here, we can form a rule. It's a very simple rule this time. You have already noticed what it is. Okay, so we had 2, 1 became minus 2, minus 1, 5, 1, minus 5, minus 1, and 5, 3, minus 5, minus 3. What has happened here is that the signs are changed. So the rule is just change all signs. Change all signs. So changing all signs will end up with a rotation of 180 degrees. What does this mean? This means that if we have a point For example, point P having coordinates 15, minus 4. Alright, and we're going to rotate that by 180 degrees from the origin. We will end up with the coordinate changing all signs minus 15, 4. Alright, and that is our result. That is our answer. So now we've come up with all three rules for rotations. I'm going to write them down in one single page so that you can have them very easily. You can study them very easily, and then we form one last example so that we can consolidate what we have learned today. So here we have the rules. So we had 90 degrees clockwise from the origin. The rule was swap coordinates and change sign of y coordinate. The second one was 90 degrees anti-clockwise from the origin. And the rule was swap coordinates then change sign of x coordinate. The last one was a rotation of 180 degrees from the origin. And the rule was change all signs. So now we're going to use those rules. Okay, we're not going to use a protractor to be able to rotate a shape. I'm going to draw an example. So we have this shape A, B, C, D. Okay, and our objective is going to be rotate A, B, C, D by 190 degree clockwise from the origin. Number 2, by 90 degree anti-clockwise from the origin. Or number 3, by 180 degrees from the origin. Remember that 180, it doesn't matter if it's clockwise or anti-clockwise, it will give the same result. So let's find the coordinates of A, B, C, D. So if this is 1, I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So A has coordinate 2, 1, B has coordinate 5, 2, C has coordinate 5, 4, and D has coordinate 3, 3. So let's start our rotations. The first rotation was a 90 degree clockwise from the origin. The rule stated that we have to swap coordinates. Let's swap coordinates first. 1, 2, 2, 5, 4, 5, 3, 3. Then change the sign of the y coordinate. So I'm going to change the sign of this coordinate. And here I have the first one I can plot. So it's 1 minus 2, 2 minus 5, 4 minus 5, and 3 minus 3. That is my first shape. I'm going to draw that shape. Label A, B, C, and D, and that is number 1. For number 2, I need to rotate 90 degrees, this time anti-clockwise from the origin. Again, A, B, C, D. Okay, I'm going to move from here to here now. Okay, so the rule was swap coordinates first. So again, I'm going to swap from 2, 1. It's going to be 1, 2, and 2, 5, and 4, 5, and 3, 3. Then change sign of x coordinate. So I'm going to change the sign of the x coordinate. I'm going to plot. So it's minus 1, 2. That is A. Minus 2, 5. This is B. Minus 4, 5. This is C. And minus 3, 3. This is D. I can draw the shape. And that is number 2, rotation of this shape by 90 degrees anti-clockwise from the origin. We had our last shape, it was a 180 degree rotation, rotating by 180 degrees. So from here to here. Okay, I don't need to swap coordinates. I only need to change all signs. So changing signs, my 4 coordinates will become, so changing signs from 2, 1, it will be minus 2, minus 1, minus 5, minus 2, minus 5, minus 4, and minus 3, minus 3. Okay, so I'm going to plot minus 2, minus 1, A, minus 5, minus 2, B, minus 5, minus 4, C, and minus 3, minus 3. It's, sorry, minus 3, minus 3. It's D. I'm going to draw the shape A, B, C, D. And that is the third and last transformation, rotation of 180 degrees from the origin. So those are our 3 rotations, okay? And I remind you, please study the rules, they are very important. That's our lesson for today. I hope you have understood. Have a nice day.